Kalitahi Tonga. As the Fijians, Vaka makes some fresh subs. Front rows checking out. Samuela Moli goes. They do win the line-out ball. Funaki off the back. Hikitoa is in there. They'll keep it tight. Roll up the sleeves and try and bust their way over. Get them some momentum, some confidence that they can breach what has been a very good Fijian defensive line so far in the opening 46 minutes. Tokolahi. Tokulua again. William Havili, this time he goes himself, but flying at him was Ratuva. And a double blow from O'Keefe. He wants a conversation.
Well, he's given the warning. There's a lot of penalties that are happening down here, and also some of the tackles that he's talking about are not looking legal, and that's always dangerous. So you always had a feeling that the Fiji came out and had the mindset of, we're going into bullet time and now we're just going to rest on our laurels. It's going to be problems, and so Tonga running out some replacements as well, and I'm quite happy to see Maile out there. And number 16, I think that he's a terrific young player on the way up, and he just brings a little bit more oomph to that front row that they've needed, especially at the set-piece scrums.
And the man in the 19 jersey, congratulations, Sione Havili Talitui, on debut for Kalitahi Tonga. And speaking of Crusaders, well, this Fijian set-piece display today's had Jason Ryan's hands all over it. Of course, also assistant coach with Vern Cotter. We saw this in the first game, Willie, about 10 odd minutes in, and benches being well utilised in these conditions.
Yeah, and just watching Tokolahi just getting some running repairs at the moment, but yeah, Fiji, they need to make sure they don't give away too many easy points to Tonga. And it looks like William Havili isn't going to take the three. They're going to look to go to the line-outs.
First test in Suva since Fiji defeated Samoa 10-3 before the pandemic, and a world long ago when the Pacific Nations Cup was last in action, 2019. The Kalitahi Tonga have lost their last four, including against Scotland and England on the Northern Tour last year. Their last win against the Cook Islands in July of 2021. But you can expect, with the change in eligibility through World Rugby and the players we've seen on display, it is only a matter of time before they get more minutes together and performance improves. And as Willie has said and alluded to, we're seeing the benefits of the Fijian and Drua, Moana Pacifica and Super Rugby Pacific, and the unity that brings amongst these teams.
Big moment now on Maile. He has to find the jumper. Tonga need to score now.
And it goes, they win the ball, Funaki. Good take, Kalitahi. Fiji driving them back, but here they come. Funaki again, just brought down. 5 metres out here, Kalitahi Tonga. Tui Palotu, he's strong, he's close, the ball's there. It's right there. And Ben O'Keefe, just checking. I saw that on the line. But he says no try. In fact, penalty. Oh dear, so close for Kaletahi Tonga. And it goes the other way.
Yeah, double movement by Tuipulotu. That's the right call. He was brought down the legitimate tackle and he had the right to reach out at that time. He waited until his momentum had stopped and then he reached out. Been denied a couple of times here. This is where that's the tackle. He can place it out now, but then he has another chance. Has to be done in the one motion.
Game of inches. And the subs continue to come. And it goes. Fiji win it, but not straight the call. So perhaps a reprieve for Tongan fans who thought maybe they were hard done by on that occasion. Remember, Malakai Fekitoa had one ruled out in the first half.
I like it. I like human error in the sense that we use technology so much now that it gets brought back and sometimes tries are disallowed because things that happened 7 minutes ago. So make the call, back your assistant referees and carry on.
Fair play, Willie. 8 gone in the first or second half. In fact, 22 plays 0 Fiji. 3 tries. Good for the lead, but Tonga starting to play some footy here. Takulua. There it is for Tuitavuki. Angelo Tuitavuki. On debut out of Moana Pacifica. Takulua hits it away to the Lucid Fisihui. Now William Havili tries to free it up and get across, and Bussi's there on defence though. And now the captain, big strength coming, Naya Thalevu. Just as hungry on defence as they are on attack, Fiji. They're asking Kaletahi to try and find a genuine crack in the defence, but they can't find any at the moment. William Havili floats a wee pass over the top for Tima Whanganuku. Look at the power in the legs of the 23. There's some go forward they've needed. Again, good low defence from Fiji, bringing the player down, stopping them in their tracks. Playing it up here for Fita. Here they come through the low numbers for Sihui. 5 metres out. This is good sustained passage from Kaletahi Tonga. As Malakai Fekitoa is met by some smart defence. William Havili, beautiful play from Tonga. They're in the corner. Sione Havili Taletui on debut. Oh no. Dear, oh dear. That's 3. 3 they've been denied. Ben O'Keefe had a good look, had his AR with him too.
They're knocking at the door, Tonga. And I'll tell you what, Fiji, that pass there I think was line ball. No problem at all from where we're sitting, but mind you, the ref's in a better place, as is the AR already giving the message that it's gone forward. Just love the spirit of this Tongan team, and we're only hoping and wishing that we had seen this at the start of the game, not at the 51st minute. But Fiji looked absolutely out on their feet, and they're not sure what's happened. Has that drifted forward, really?
Well, there's not much in that. And so Kaletahi, 3 tries ruled out. Still plenty of time to go, but you would have to wonder if 1 or at least 2 of those were awarded. Different ball game, but as Willie said, momentum has shifted big time. Some sustained pressure, but again, look at that scrum from Fiji. It's winning them 3 rides out of their half, and they'll try and do it themselves here. Waningolo, he's already got a try to his name, and it's a good run from the right winger, Tela. Oh, just throws it backwards, does Tuithuvu. Fiji though, and Bossy. They don't know how to stop. Here they come again. Ravovo to ground. The crowd come to life in Suva. Funaki goes searching, but it's clean ruck ball for the Fijians again. And guess who? He says, get out of my way. Ratuva. Now it's there for Ratuni Yarawa. It's gone backwards, says O'Keefe. Now the kick comes to Ithubu. Piatel, plenty of work to do. Fijians bearing down on him. And they scramble back somehow. Ekale Tahi, Tima Whainga-Nuku sucking in the big ones at the back of that ruck. Oh, how the momentum can turn on a dime. Especially when you're playing Fiji. And finally, the flag goes up, but no, we'll play on just to try something new. And Havili will ensure this goes into touch, settles it down, but gee, Willie Loso, what a passage of rugby.
Yeah, take a bow, Ben O'Keefe. He could have gone back for the penalty, but he saw that Fiji and the crowd want to see this running rugby, and it is deafening when Fiji get on the rampage and start running lines. Boy, the Tongans are looking up, wondering they're taking on 30 players as opposed to 15. There are just white shirts across the park. A whole new front row for the Tongan team now, and there is still plenty of time to play. Goodness me, Fiji in full flight is something special.
Look at that, 5 minutes inside Fiji's 22, and such has been their defence. And a bitterly on turnover ball. They've been superb today. Teller, and even going backwards in the play, they still managed to get this sort of thing going. And it's come off the boot of a Tongan player.
I wish Tui Thuvu had just given the ball to Hambossi, who was on his left. You can't stop the flying left winger, but he opted to go for the kick option, which ricocheted off Piutel. That was try time. Have a look at this, 2-on-1, draw and pass, and he's in.
There goes Fiji untidy through Ratuni Yarawa, but they do manage to settle it down off the line out. And guess who? Off his wing. Get me involved, he says, Mbossi. Now Tonga trying to affect the turnover, but their cleaning today has been very, very good at ruck time. Fiji not over-committing numbers, knowing when to keep it tight. And Frank Lomani, on the back of a very good scrum, is having a fantastic day at 9. So too the captain, Naya Thalevu. He's got players in support, and Tui Thuvu. Setariki Tui Thuvu's on the score sheet.
From villain to hero in a minute. He could have given it offload for his winger to score earlier. And then the next phase he gets involved running a beautiful support line. But the work of Naya Thalevu, outstanding. That is not easy to do, but he just stands up as opposite, draws and passes. And that's what's so beautiful about the game of rugby, is if you run great support lines and you stay active, you get the chocolates. Yes, from rock to diamond.
Setariki Tui Thuvu. As Willie said, they had a chance to unleash Benaya Hambossi down the left wing. And it was down the right where some excellent work from the captain, Waisia Naya Thalevu. Opened up Ekale Tahi again. Lovely strike, lovely kick, Tiri Tela. Fiji extend 29 points to 0 over Ikaletahi Tonga.
And here's the positive for Tonga. They've played the better rugby in the second half, and they've held out Fiji for 16 minutes. And that is a positive, because in the first half they couldn't keep them out after 4 minutes. As there we see Tui Thuvu just racing through.
Don't go anywhere, because who knows how many more tries we've got from both of these teams to come in the
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and
final
girls.
23 minutes, still plenty of time to play. Here come Fiji again. Rabobo. Loose ball, get through. They're going to score another. No, they're not. Seta Tamanivalu, the former All Black, had plenty of pace. Quite a career he's had, but Ben O'Keefe's been told otherwise, and it has gone forward.
Well, it was grounded, not by a Tongan player taking it back, so it should never have been a 5-metre scrum. So assistant referee just saying, no, that's a line-out dropout, a goal line dropout rather. Tamani Valu's on there, but it was Feki Tara, so two of the veterans of World Rugby.
Low flat dropout from William Havili. And here he goes, plenty of space for the try scorer, Tui Thuvu. What does he do here? A wee shimmy, and loses the ball forward is what he does. So now Tonga now giving the ball some air. They have to. Feki Toa drops it onto the boot, and it goes out on the full. So just have to try something now to Tautai Kefu's side. And they're the type of player right there that can help spark them.
Like the impact that's come from the bench for Tonga. Mailet also into the half-back Paya. And Feki Tara's been involved in everything, but on that occasion he's just put a little bit too much taro on the kick. And it's drifted out.
Always plays with his heart on his sleeve, Malakai Fekitoa, no matter which side it is. Such a champion. But it just hasn't, at least for this first hour of footy, been their day.
Take a drink, Jeff. That's what the players are doing at the 20-metre mark. And how good is it to see him representing Fiji, Seta Tamanivalu.
3 test matches for the All Blacks back in 2016. Such an entertainer. And you did right, Willie. It's the players like Tamanivalu, Feki Toa for Tonga, who the young kids will be watching and going, hey, perhaps I can play professional rugby and also have a long international career.
Well, Vern Cotter on screen then, he'll be delighted. They were up 22-0. He won't be too pleased with the way the first 16 minutes went. And Tonga had all the momentum, but they couldn't get the points on the board. I think one of the tries was probably the hardest. Nonetheless, we're back to live action.
Bit of a mess at the line out, but it is there still in the maul for Fiji. Russell Silla to ground. They're now inside of Ikaletahi Tonga's half they go. Matawalu, the new man on, and 21. That one at the back door to no one, so having to clean up Nasove as that they pile through on the counter, Ikaletahi. It's been lost forward, and now Fiji will have what has been a very good scrum with 20 minutes remaining in Suva.
There's an interesting stat I was reading on referee Ben O'Keefe that he has refereed Tonga on 3 occasions and they have never won a game when he's in charge. And I'm not saying it's him. They played against New Zealand and also Samoa, so 2 quality teams. And I just think he's been terrific today. I just love seeing a ref that allows the players and play to go on the way that it does. And he certainly has not had a massive impact on this game. And congratulations to him on his 30th test match as well.
And again for Fiji, Wani Ngolo. He's been busy and a real threat off his wing. Matawalu plays it up again, just looking for some one-off runners now. A bit deeper, and the kick coming downfield, contestable. And oh, he's done well under some pressure there as Fiji pile through on Tui Tavuki. Paia back for Havili. It's been touched. Tonga pounce on it. Now Paia. Manu Paia on debut for E Kaletahi Tonga out of Moana Pacifica. Congratulations to the young man. Not their day so far, but still plenty of time. And the final day, or final game of the afternoon, Wani Ngolo looking to free it up. He was well taken care of on defence that time. They shut the door quick, did Tonga. And just managing to hold on there was Maui, man out of Saracens. Tela. Here they come. There's a chance for Fiji. Kunavula. What about the little offload? Hambossi. Oh, Fiji! How good are you?
He is something special, and they haven't given him the kudos that he deserves and the limited amount of opportunities, but he was a star during Super Rugby Pacific, and this is why. Well, when you've got a player like Kunavalu that can give a ball like that and then just let the sprinter chase down the bunny like the greyhound, he's gone. Boy, he is special. And this is Fiji putting on a real clinic as well, because it went right across the park, Jeff. And some of the popos actually got to handle it as well, so it wasn't all backs involved, and that's been a real feature of Vern Cotter, is making sure that this game is a 23-man game and everybody can play.
Tela sends it through, converts the try. Benaya Mbossi, he is a special player, there is no question, and we're just told that the crowd in Suva, just under 15,000, one of the highest ever for a Pacific Nations Cup match in Fiji, and they've come to see play like this.
Fijians now lead 36 points to 0 against the Kaletahi Tonga.
Fiji head down, Ratuni Yarawa out of Northampton Saints on the field in 19. There's another kick, and well read by William Havili, but he's well taken care of too by Giuta Wani Ngolo. And again, look at the pressure they're putting on at ruck time. There's been a clinic. Vern Cotter, Jason Ryan will be well pleased with some of the subtleties of their game in the 64 minutes so far. Never mind the 36 points. The way they've got there, that's been impressive. Tela, not the greatest contact in the world, but he gets the result he was after.
I've been blessed in life to have worked with World Rugby at the World Sevens, and I've seen some pretty special players. Vidimoni De La Salle, Somasoni, Vidi, of course the great Waisali Serevi, and I've got to say that Hambossi is right up there. He couldn't have given any more today, Fikitoa. He's got nothing to feel disappointed about. He gave his all. And as a fan and a love of the Kingdom of Tonga, you've just got to say he did his best.
Certainly tried his heart out on debut. Malakai Fikitoa. First of many, we hope, for E Kaletahi Tonga, who still, of course, have very big games coming up to try and qualify for World Cup 2023. And starting to break down somewhat the play. Ben O'Keefe will go to set piece, one each way.
Some good learnings from this for these men in Ikalitahi jerseys. It was never going to be easy taking on a Fijian side at home with 15,000 fans when 13,000 of them are Fijian, and they just love rugby. Sevens is their national sport. They thought about making a $7 note after they won the first first Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. The only country to win gold at both Olympics, and you can see what it means to these players in the 15-a-side jersey.
Matawalu, this time Paia illegally gets the hand out, so an advantage here for Waniingolo. Little kick along the carpet. Fiji, and they've secured possession again. Some slick work from the winger. Now they go through Nasove. Really enjoying their rugby now, Fiji. Matavesi. A step and a fend from Matawalu. Down the left-hand edge here again. Who else? Sambosi. Well taken care of by Whainga Nuku. Carried forward again, Matavesi. Just queuing up, aren't they, really? And Ben O'Keefe will come back. No advantage for the offside. And they won't kick for goal here. You might get your wish in another tap, Willie Losse.
They'll go to the set piece, the line out, it's working well.
Teller sent off in the first half. Still good for the lead at the break, and Tonga have had a few tries ruled out. But really it's been that ability from Fiji to not only control possession off their set piece and dominate Ikalitahi Tongas, but the broken play rugby as you'd expect. And has put them in a fantastic and healthy position. And they're not done yet as Kamitha goes up to win it, the man in the 20 jersey. Matavesi at the back with it. Getting the leg drive going. Matavesi, he's close. He's over.
Double movement.
No, penalty it is. Excuse me. Thought the hand went straight up, but penalty the way of Ikalitahi Tonga.
You can see that was the whole ruling of Tupolotu as well. So it evens itself out. The rugby gods are awake on Saturday. And that's an even call. But most impressive thing was who came in to help push him over. Have a look at number 11. Where's number 11? Right at the front of this maul. You're kidding me. Backs don't normally do that. He's not supposed to be there.
Miley throws, and it's untidy again for Tonga. So Vili Talitui, who was also denied a try, takes it forward, and now the kick will come. Waniingolo back for Hambosi. He's met by the Ikalitahi Tongan Defensive Committee and well taken care of. But again, Ben O'Keefe awards the penalty the way of Fiji. Offside the call.
Yeah, he was never onside. Made the tackle and then came around. And in the process of coming around the corner, he kicked the ball back to himself. Didn't think the ref saw it, but he certainly was on point. You know, I'll just say, Jeff, that Tonga, possession they get, they just kick away. So I just don't understand their mentality. If you're going to get belted, have a go. You know, keep ball in hand. And if you go down fighting by 50, at least you threw everything at it. By kicking the ball away, how do you score points if you're chasing men in white shirts?
Especially kicking the ball back to Fiji in the backfield. penalty at line-out time. So Tonga.
Makes no sense to me at all. I don't know what the coaches talk about or the attitude on the field where they say, okay, every time we get the ball, we're going to kick it away. But, you know, just change it up. Go to a short line out, have some forwards out in the backs and just keep ball in hand for a while. Sadly, I've got to say it, looks like they're throwing the white towel in, which is disappointing.
Down the back they go again. They can't win the line-out ball. Tonga, so Gunavula takes it to ground, and now Fiji through their second 5/8. Ravovo just out from the 10-metre line in their territory, but this time holding on the call, and Tonga will have an opportunity to play for the corner. But you're right, Willie, 8 minutes remaining. We'll see them try and give it some air here, you'd expect, in this next passage.
Gone dead.
Not if you do that. So, and it's not your day, it's just not your day. These unforced errors compiling against the Ikaletahi Tonga. But Fiji have been outstanding. They have been exceptional around the park, their set-piece work. Vern Cotter will be very happy indeed with that. So too Jason Ryan. And when you have the likes of Denaya Hambosi, Wasia, Nayatha Levu, Wani Ngolo, and the rest, you get the set-piece right, and you usually get the spoils with those sort of players. Manu Samoa next week in Lautoka for Tonga. In the second round of Pacific Nations Cup. Fiji will have Australia A, who were impressive today in a losing effort against Manu Samoa. Here come Fiji, they're not done yet. Getting the legs going, Ravovo. Players just queuing up, Tela. Manasa Mataele, a familiar face in 23. And again, have been penalised on the attack, have Fiji. So Manu Paia and Tonga will have to try something from inside their own half. But the defensive effort has been superb. They haven't relented right throughout the game. Fiji putting pressure on, forcing Tonga to have to try and play like this from inside their 22. But they do have a knock-on advantage. Tima Whainga Nuku. Now Sione Havili Talitui gets the leg going. And oh, just look at that. On defence, ripping the ball away. Outstanding work. Wani Ngolo. Now it's there for Kalaveti Ravovo again. Wani Ngolo, and a bit of space here. Look at the footwork, it's magic. Oh, the ball's loose, and William Havili does a good job to tidy up for Tonga. Lotu Anisi, the man on debut from Moana Pacifica, lays it back for Paia. But gee, again, what a telling break from Tiuta Waniangolo and Fiji. But now here's a chance for Ikaletahi Tonga. Perhaps this is the chance for Tima Whainga Nuku. Puts a kick in, but he's got no chasers. And the ball will be forced, so it will be a goal line dropout. And it's those moments they haven't had nearly enough of this afternoon.
Well, they kept ball in hand, and they just gave us a little bit of what they can do and the impact from the bench. Havili in the loose forward roll, and then you saw there Whainganuku with the kick through. Charles Piutau as well, showing his class and releasing Whainganuku down that right-hand flank.
Well, you'll excuse a wee bit of cramp, wouldn't you, out of Fiji this afternoon.
Well, if he takes any longer to kick, it'll be midnight.
Well, it will be happy hour in Suva shortly, that's for sure. You can count on that. It has been an outstanding display, and it might not be over. And the ball just goes forward as Matawalu tried to reel it in.
I'm good with that. I like Anisi's wind up. He's on debut, he gets ball in hand, he's in front of 15,000 people. He's not going to put it to foot. So he gets belted and then he gets back up again. And he gets saved by his Tongan teammates, but that's what I want to see. I reckon there's one more try left in this Fijian team. Jeff, I reckon that they'll be looking to try and reach 40. How about those fans? They'll have a smile on their face for the rest of the night for sure. Great to see Frank Bainimarama in the stand. Of course, they love their rugby, don't they? Here in Suva.
And that's the man on debut as well, Penny Matawalu, out of the Androa in 21. He's had a sweet ride to enjoy since coming on off of the bench, and Manasa Mataele. Good carry from the man in 23. So experienced. Always plays with a smile on his face, and now they do search for another one. Inside of Ekalitahi's half they go. What does Ben O'Keefe say here? He's playing a penalty advantage. Player was off his feet, so now it's Nasove. And the man on debut, Nasove, goes down, but we will come back, and they will have, with 90-odd seconds remaining, another chance to set up a line-out drive or we hope you've enjoyed the coverage from the Pacific Nations Cup this afternoon in Fiji. Plenty of rugby coming your way on Sky Sport. The big one later on tonight at Eden Park Island against the All Blacks in the Steinlager series. The first test match. Ireland starting the tour with a loss to the Māori All Blacks in Hamilton. Fiji win it through Susila. And just happy to keep the drive going. 30 seconds remain at the National Stadium. Ball drops onto the deck. Here they come, keeping it tight. There it is for Tangi. Luke Tangi had some strong carries today, but that one has been turned over. Back on the side of Ekalitahi Tonga, and they will win a penalty here. Just initially for the knock-on, but off the feet. So time is up on the opening weekend of Pacific Nations Cup Rugby. And they just hack it downfield, so Fiji will have one last chance here through Manasa Mataele. Little shimmy and a big hit coming from Lotu Anisi. At the back for no one, but it is there for Kunavula. Oh, big run from the blindside flanker. Well won though from Sosefo Apikotoa, Joe Apikotoa. And they have a penalty advantage here, so we're not done yet.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Fiver is the first 5 that's come on. He kicked one dead, which brought back a scrum because he overcooked it, and then he gets a penalty and he can't kick it out. So yes, Havili says, give me back the ball. Hopefully he finds touch. Yes, he does. Boy, they've got some work-ons this weekend, or this week, they're leading up to their next match against Samoa. And I hope they bring in a attacking coach.
So can Ikaletahi Tonga finish with a try, give them something to head into that game next week against Manu Samoa and Lautoka. Havili Talitui, Fire, shifting it on here. Tom Moipi out to ground, Fire again. And who else? Sambosi comes up, smashes the Tongan attack. Inisi. Manu Paia. Wait for Alai Fonua. Paia again, patient. They'd love one. Lotu Inisi almost loses the ball forward. Players at the back of the ruck there. Ben O'Keefe says we can play on out the back door. Here they go. Tom Moipiao trying to win the ball there for Fiji. Maui. Manu Paia has players in the road, just goes past Sione Havili Talitui. And again, counter ruck from Fiji. They will have a turnover, but they won't get the final say because there were hands in the ruck. So we continue as Ikaletahi Tonga and William Havili look to set them up.
Great value for money. An extra 4 minutes of play. They deserve a try. They've had a couple that haven't gone their way, but you just get the sense that they want to try and take that heading into next week, just to get off the 0, and also having finished the stronger.
Breaking down, Ben O'Keefe has a close look for it. It is there for Fiji, it's there for Matawalu, and the game is over. Outstanding performance from the home side, from Fiji. They came to play, they dazzled the crowd in Suva, and they have put in a fine performance to win this one in the Pacific Nations Cup. 36 points to 0 over Ikaletahi Tonga.
"22 unanswered points in the first half, 14 in the second, and they really just deserve everything. Sure, Tonga were a bit unlucky on certain times with tries and things, but you can't take it away from this Fijian team.
Let's head now to the other side of it.
We know the Fiji is going to come hard, and we know it's going to be a tough game. So yeah, we've got to just go back out and on Monday and train what we need to learn from today.
Sorry, speaking about learning from what you need to do in the next few rounds, the set pieces, especially in major area to work on.
Yeah, definitely. That's as the start of the game. Our set piece, line out, scrum didn't go, past second phase what we wanted. But yeah, we got to look really hard on it next week.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just not the day for Taratane Takulua and He Kaletahi Tonga. Certainly have the cattle to work with, does Tautai Kefu. But as Willie Losse said,